You're listening to Stories to Create with your host, Cornell Bunting. Author, motivational speaker, and founder of ES Each Episode. Cornell sits down with inspiring voices to uncover the stories that shape who we are and who we're becoming. Get ready to listen, learn, and be inspired. The show starts now.
You just thumbs me up, okay. Yes. Welcome to another episode of Stories to Create podcast right here at ES Club. I'm so excited right now. You know, I have a special guest in the studio. I got to tell you guys, not every often you get big stars, you know, international stars, international model. She have done everything you can think of, everything from corporate America, the executive roles, all these things. Am I saying it right, Anita?
Yeah.
So without further ado, help me welcome to the stage the lovely Miss Anita.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Oh my goodness. This is so cool. And with that, this is how we're going to start the show. Because, you know, we got to come in beast mode. And so she just kind of remind me of this joint right here. For some reason, guys, I don't know how I came up with Katy Perry. Katy Perry took a stray. Katy Perry took a stray.
We'll go with the tiger. Just for today. Later on, we'll switch to Katy Perry. I know that's your jam, and that's great. She's lovely. I love it. We can do the roar after this.
You know the bad thing? I can't even.
You were thinking about the tiger.
Yeah.
When I said I was a tiger. That's what's going on. I know.
Did she did a song
yes,
about the tiger?
Yes.
She did.
My daughter loves it.
Yeah. She's like. Oh yeah. So this was one of your jam back in the day, huh?
Still. Back
Still
in the
is?
day and still, yes.
Wow.
I like to start my day like that.
So
Just gives me that boost, you know, that I need sometimes.
because this is, when did this come out? Like in the 90s?
Yeah, and I'm a 90s baby.
Ugh.
I was jamming to this in my diapers back in the day.
It's a beautiful thing. I like it. I actually used to jam to this when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, it's been a while because there's so much music out.
Mm-hmm.
It is wild. So
I'm more of an old soul when it comes to the music. So
you are, yeah.
I need to catch up.
Because you look so young, you know. You look like you're still in your late 20s.
Thank you.
We're going to put...
That's not a case, but thank you.
She is in her 20s, people. She is in her 20s.
I'll take it.
She'll take it. Well, I mean, because of everything that you have done over the years, you probably are out of your 20. Out of your 20 already. And
Why
now
are we
into
talking
the
about the age?
We're not going there.
you.
She's like, we're not going there.
No, yeah, you're right.
This is good.
I'm like my mid-30s.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what we do with the show, you know, we treat our guests to that tale. You know, so what we want to do, we want to have you take our listeners back to like the early years. You know, where you were born, grew up, you know.
Yeah.
What did that look like? Where did you born?
I was born in Montenegro, Eastern Europe.
Ah.
Yeah. But I used to have a picture of a Brooklyn Bridge above my bed.
Okay.
And ever since I was a little girl, I would tell my parents, everybody, that I'm going to go to New York City. I'm going to live in New York City. And everybody was like, okay. It's like, the other part of the world, yeah, sure. And, you know, here I am.
This is cool. So
years ago, like many years ago, over a decade, I just picked up my bags. And first time I fell in love with New York City when I was 17.
Okay.
I went to study abroad and I was like, I'm coming back.
Yeah.
You just wait for me. I'm coming back. And I did. I didn't have much going on back then, but I did have a lot of faith.
Okay.
And a lot of belief in myself and my dreams.
Okay.
And it's that like classic story, but it's not in a sense because I went, I didn't have any contacts, just a pocket full of dreams.
Right.
And I said, I'm going to make it.
Wow.
And fast forward, I did.
You tell yourself all this. I love it.
Yeah.
Wow. Affirmations.
Yeah, it's affirmations, but it's also moving. A lot of people, I'm all about manifestation. I'm all about motivation. And that is amazing, but you got to move. Yes. You got to move and make an action. You got to show God, you got to show universe, however you want to say it.
Yes.
Okay, I'm walking towards this. Yes. Yes.
I love that. So, for the listeners, back in Montenegro, what was that like, for you, like school life? What was that like, going to school and going home? Like, did you have to walk to school, or you? I
walked to school. It was safe. Yeah, back and forth. It was my favorite part of the school.
Okay.
It's just, I would walk with my friends and talk about life and our dreams, and it was safe. It was beautiful. You didn't need a ride or anything like that back in the day.
Wow.
But
how many miles?
Oh, I don't know. It was fairly, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Maybe like a few.
A few miles?
Yeah.
Okay.
A good number.
Yeah.
A decent number.
See, so now I don't feel bad that I used to walk 4 miles to school and then 4 miles back. So
yeah. I loved it.
Yeah.
And I would get an exercise and
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Hit a pool club at the day.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, I used to be good at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where school was, it was close to the town.
School was, it was kind of close to the town.
Okay.
You could say so.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would get a ride.
Oh, okay.
But it was like,
yeah.
We were like a city kids, and I always felt safe.
Okay.
So after school, we had like activities and so on, and we would just catch up and socialize, which was like a big thing.
Wow. So was it in school that you kind of identify, you know what, I'm a beautiful girl, I want to go into modeling? Did that happen in school or no?
It started before that, and I didn't necessarily identify like that. I got invited into it. I was tall, I was 5'11", it just fit the script.
Yeah.
And this is how I started. And I started at like 15,
Okay.
And I did mainly like runways and so on. And by the time I hit 18, I was like, okay, I want to do something different.
Okay.
I still did it in New York once in a while creatively, but I was sort of a bookworm at the time, and I wanted to invest in my education. So I went to New York City. I got my master's. I got into the corporate world. I did all of that, and then now I'm back into my creative self.
Yes. Wow. So out of high school, you went straight into, because you was already doing modeling in high school.
Yes.
And you really like it. So
I like creative part of it.
Okay.
I liked creative part of it. I didn't necessarily like the pressure back then. It's changing now, and it's much healthier.
Yeah.
But I guess I got to see certain things and decide for myself what I want and what I don't want.
Yeah.
Which is not necessarily the case with all the girls, especially that young. So you got to have a strong foundation to understand that you're so much more than your looks, your weight, all that pressure on being perfect, which none of us can attain.
So, because now you say that, now it kind of, and I don't know if this was still somewhat a rumor, but one of the things that was being said was with models, they had to eat and throw up to keep their weight. Was that like a thing, or? It
was never a thing with me, but I've seen cases, and that's the pressure I'm talking about. I had a solid foundation at home, which was very important for me to understand that my value is not on what they say or how they think I should look or be. Right. That's why I kind of stepped out of modeling for a while back then, because I was very young. Yeah. And I pursued other things, and I would just kind of do it when I'm drawn to it through a certain creative project, or if it's a fundraiser or something like that, and creative part of it. But I kind of allowed myself to grow into my voice and say, okay, this is not for me, or like, you're not going to tell me if I need to lose 3 or 4 that I'm not good enough. I am good enough.
Right.
So that's something that a lot of that a lot of young girls struggled with at the time.
Yeah.
But
who are some of the big fashion designers that you've modeled for that you would say, I like that project?
I've done a lot of different runways when I was younger, such as Roberto Cavalli, Dior at the time was in town, and so on. Some big names.
Yeah. Okay.
It is really special, and it helped me build my confidence.
Right. Wow. That's beautiful.
Not the fake confidence, but like a real confidence.
The real confidence, yeah.
Yeah, I own it.
Would you say for models it's easy to get into the movie world because of that look, the poise and all that?
No, not necessarily. I know a lot of models who are trying to get into acting and it's just not working it's all about, picture and looking perfect. And acting is all about being raw.
Right.
Being comfortable with all of your imperfections and just being natural and feeling it. Yeah. That's why I feel like I was always drawn into the acting world as well. And I acted in few movies, not such a big movies or anything like that, but it is part of my creative being.
Yes.
And I feel like to be an actor, you also gotta live.
Yes.
And feel.
Yes.
So you can relate to certain characters and just be immersed and embody that character.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that a lot of models do make it in the acting world. And again, we're all trying.
Yes.
I'm still, just open to it. I don't like the pressure of anything.
Right.
If the project comes my way, if somebody sees me and say, okay, let's work together, I'm like, yeah, great.
Yeah. But otherwise you're...
I'm not like, it's got to be this way or no other way. There's so many avenues that you can explore in life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is beautiful. I like that. Now, for you, like, growing up, how was the relationship on the home front with, like, mom, dad? Was there siblings?
I have 2 siblings, but they're much older than me, so I always felt like the only child.
Oh, okay.
It's like 14 years difference. They were out and about exploring the world, and I was just observing. I was in a good position because I was the youngest, and I got to see. Well, I don't want that. I want this. Yeah. Okay, like it was like a movie, you know, that I watched, and I'm like, I got to kind of experience things through them.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, now it's my time, my turn.
Okay.
I always dreamt of going elsewhere.
Yeah.
Well, they were content being over there, which is okay, which is fine, Wow. They didn't necessarily understand my dreams and my wishes, and they just couldn't relate. But I knew that my GPS, my intuition, was telling me, you gotta go. You gotta go.
Yeah.
New York is calling you. America was calling you. The world was calling you. And my dreams and everything that I was dreaming about was not necessarily my town, my hometown.
Right.
And I followed that. I feel like it's so important for people to follow their own calling, their own guts.
Yeah. Was, because I know there was a time, and maybe it still is, with New York, how it's very busy. Like there's always people moving. Like, was that one of the things that was fascinating for you?
At the time, yes. Yeah. At that age. I think I went to New York at the perfect age when I was just... I was still a girl, and I grew into a woman in New York, and it wasn't easy. New York would slap you left and right.
Right.
There was a lot of survival mode, but that's what built me to a woman that I am today.
That's amazing.
And I do appreciate that journey. I appreciate every failure, every success, every tear, every struggle, because it was magical in a sense. I really see it as a blessing.
Yeah.
New York can be hard, New York can be tough, but New York can be movie-like. New York can be magical.
Yeah.
New York can be opportunity, meeting the most exciting people in the world. I used to go to the bars and just talk to people who would like bartend. Yeah. And then they go on to become the best directors. Wow. Or like, you just never assume. You never assume.
Because anyone is capable of anything. Yeah. I love that. That's a beautiful piece right there. So as far as your circle go with friends, what was that looking like in New York?
I had different circles, different circles of people. And I'm more of a person that I have friends all around the world.
Okay.
And I have people that I can call after 2 years and we can still continue. No pressure. That's beautiful. Understanding that we're all on a journey. We're all doing stuff. You know what I mean?
Yes.
No pressure like that we got to sit down and have that coffee every weekend.
Yes.
Because we understand that we don't need to do that. We don't need to talk about the same topics all the time.
Yes.
We respect time that we need also for ourselves.
Oh,
and it's like, you know, we just continue. I think that's beautiful without that pressure of like, I got to see you, therefore we're friends. Right. We got to talk about the same topics. We got to be like, you know.
Yeah. No. I love that.
So I have friends spread out all around LA, New York, Florida, back in Europe. Yeah.
Wow.
And I think it's beautiful.
So you went into the corporate world. Mm-hmm. How long did you stay in the corporate world when you went into the corporate world?
Over a decade. Okay. I still take projects once in a while, but from a different perspective. Okay. Now I don't need to chase anything. I'm lucky that I'm not in a position where I need to take projects. Right. I only take projects that I enjoy now. Okay. And I'm blessed that I reached that point in my life. That wasn't always the case.
Beautiful.
Once in a while I act when the opportunity, presents itself. Right. Model, I write, I do some motivational speaking. I did a lot of public speaking.
Beautiful.
For many years, mostly for philanthropy cases and so on. Mm-hmm. That's something that's in my heart. Right. If I could inspire at least one person, it means the world to me.
I love that. Now, you got the career going and then a child happened.
Yeah.
Did that change much or you was ready for that change? What?
It was very spontaneous. Mm-hmm. It wasn't planned or anything like that. She happened. It was the most beautiful thing in my life. Yeah. It also made me, she in a sense saved me because I was rushing and I was hustling and I was living that New York City life 100% regardless of my health and other things. And she just came into my life at the right moment. Okay. To tell me it is okay to slow down. It is okay to reflect. Yeah. Let's take some time to enjoy each other, to grow together. Wow. And I really immersed myself in a role of a mother at the right time because I didn't have regrets. I've done so many things. Right. And I got it out of my system. Yes. And I didn't have anything else to prove to anyone. Right. And I really took that time in her initial years to be with her. Wow. And then she was a COVID baby, COVID happened in New York City and it was intense. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So that's how we came to Florida. Yeah. And Florida, the sunshine and the beaches and her, it was magical. And I really loved and I really still enjoy. Yeah. And I really immersed myself because I wanted to be a present parent, for her. Wow. I will never go back and say, oh, I didn't take that project or I didn't take that job. I really regret it. Right. But if I wasn't with her, that would probably be a thing that I would regret. Wow. So I was lucky to be in a position to be able to be with her. And I understand that not everybody is. Right. So everybody's doing the best they can. But to me, that was something that I felt. Right. Was the right thing.
And it's crazy because now you have people that are, they strive for success and what that look like. And their biggest challenge is life balance.
Absolutely, yes. Yes, I always say success is not, and I know so many extremely successful people. Success is not zeros on your account. Right. That doesn't necessarily mean success. Success is how much freedom you have, what you do with your time. Yes. Do you have slow mornings? Do you have a luxury to take projects that you want? Do you have time to spend with your family? Do you have time for yourself, to take care of yourself, to work out, to do this? Do you have that freedom? I feel like the goal is freedom.
This is true.
And a lot of people you get those numbers going, you get that money going, but then you got to maintain it and you got to do this and you got to do that. Again, it's that balance. Yeah. So,
I think people get so caught up in what that look like. The chase keeps going and they never really stop to see what they have in front of them.
I think it's beautiful to keep on going and keep growing. Yes. It's just it's what matters is not to forget what's in front of you that very moment.
I love that.
And I get up every morning and I say, I'm so grateful. And not like mainstream grateful. Like I'm truly grateful every morning. I'm grateful for this talk today with you. I'm grateful for that coffee the other day. All the creative ideas. All the things I learned about you and your work. I'm like,
thank you.
I'm grateful because it's sunshine today here in Florida. Well, some people are freezing. So little things. You got to be grateful and excited about little things. And honestly, I'm so delusional and it works out. I expect miracles every day of my life. I'm that. Like, I expect small miracles, little miracles, as long as they're miracles.
Yes. Wow. I like that. And it happens, right?
Absolutely. My daughter's big kiss, and she wrote, I love you, Mama, this morning. Miracle, right there.
Wow. That's amazing right there. Now, with her, like, you know, because she's what now, 3, 4?
She's 5. She's a big girl.
5 now.
She's a big girl.
She's getting there. So she's getting ready to, she's playing with other kids now.
Yes.
So you get to hear those stories every now and then of her day and who she interacted
Absolutely.
with.
She tells me everything. I'm making sure that I am her parent, but that she has enough trust and she's never afraid to share everything with me.
Wow.
And I like if anything, I consider a huge success, and I don't know what life will bring, you know. She's only 5 now. But I'm really trying to give her that confidence as a little girl.
Yes.
And belief and faith and certainty in herself. Wow. Sometimes she tells me, "Oh, my friend said this to me," and I'm like, "So what did you say back?" And she said, "It doesn't matter because I believe that I'm the best at this."
Beautiful.
That's
beautiful. It. I love that. That's a beautiful way to be, and I feel like there's so much people out there that's listening right now that needed to hear that. So you know, you've definitely put that very well. With the relationship between you and Dad, does she go more to you, or she's a daddy's girl sometimes?
I've been lucky that I have a great husband, but she has an amazing dad. Like he's very busy.
Yes.
He's very successful at what he does, but he is such a present father. Beautiful. And that is his priority.
Beautiful.
And back in the day, I sort of knew when choosing a partner for me, what mattered the most is that my partner will be a great parent.
Beautiful.
Because you never know what life brings, but I knew he's going to be a great father. Yeah. And
that is so.
That was a good call on my end. Yeah.
You did good.
Yeah, I did good.
I like that. I like that. Now, so every so often, like when you take vacations, you go back to Europe.
Yeah, I try to go. It doesn't always happen, but I try to go every summer. So Sophie can understand where mommy's from, so she can see my parents. Yeah. They're a bit older, and I want them to spend time with her as much as they can while they're still around.
This, you know, and because Montenegro have developed over the years. They've had new...
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. The whole seaside, Montenegro, and then you go to... You can also visit Croatia right next to it. It's just stunning. Yeah, Montenegro is still not so commercialized, you know what I mean? And it's so intact.
Right.
There's so much beauty. It thrives on tourism, you know. But you have that wild beauty to it still.
Right. The furthest I went was Czech Republic. How far is Czech Republic from Montenegro?
Montenegro is in the heart of Europe. So Montenegro is like... let's say an hour and a half flight from Paris, or like an hour and a half from Rome.
Yes.
So it's a good spot to be at, and then you can visit all the other cities on your way back.
Wow. Now, you've done some mini blogs on just appreciation of, you know, whether that day looks like, or just you appreciating what's going on in your world and stuff like that. When did you feel that you wanted to dive into something like that, where you share with the world like your thoughts?
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Every young person carries a story of hope, of struggle, of dreams waiting to rise. But in too many underserved communities, those stories go unheard.
At ease, Inc. Everyone has a story. We believe every voice deserves a chance. Through mentorship, empowering programs, and storytelling workshops, we help you discover their purpose, strengthen their mindset, and build a future they can be proud of.
From classrooms in Jamaica to communities across Southwest Florida.
ES is changing lives,
one story at a time.
but we can't do it alone. Join us, become a mentor, volunteer, donate, help us fuel the next generation of leaders, creators, and change makers.
Visit ahas.org today. Because when you help a young person share their story, you help them change their world.
I've been always, that's what people don't know about me, I've been always in mindset space. Ever since I was a little girl, I was listening, and YouTube was not that big back in the day.
Right.
I would find books and videos from Louisa Hay to Anthony DeMello back in the day, Joseph Murphy, people who talked about this stuff before anybody else.
Right.
You know, reprogramming, rewiring your brain, and so on. And that's what helped me manifest, you can say, go after my dreams, make stuff happen.
Right.
So I've been in this space for a while. Then I got my master's in communication, where I was in a position to, you know, guide CEOs directly on how to communicate with certain personalities or during crisis, manage others, and so on. Then I got certified, because people like to hear that. Are you certified? I'm like, yes, I'm certified in NLP and life coaching, however you want to call it. But I don't like that expression.
Right.
EFT as well. I use EFT tapping and so on. But I always tell people, like, scratch all of that. Okay, all these degrees, this and that, that's great. But I also lived it. I lived all of these things.
Yes.
I walked through the fire and immersion idea on the other end. I've been through trauma, survival mode, building myself up, and so on. I built everything that I talk about on this page that I just started it comes from experience.
Right.
It doesn't come from a book or a podcast. It comes from actually raw experience.
Lovely.
And I just genuinely just wanted to share things with people from my perspective. I just wanted to inspire them to simply believe in themselves. And the most important thing is, and that's something that I struggle with back in the day, I used to be a people pleaser. I did struggle with confidence, even though people see me like, I used to be model and this and that. I was building myself up.
Right.
I grew into this person. I think authenticity and being authentic is the most beautiful thing in this world. And it's very powerful. And it will lead you to your success. It will lead you to your person. It will lead you just to so many blessings in your life. When you truly know that you are enough, that you are worthy, and that you can be you. You don't need to, you know, worry each day what mask to pick and wear.
Right.
It's just me.
Yeah. Just show up as you. Yeah. It's okay, you know, and it's because I know, you know, we have a lot of introverts that listen to the show as well. And, you know.
I'm introverted, extroverted. So I get it.
You get
I get it. After this, I'm going to go home and like chill for a few days.
Yeah.
See you when I see you.
Yes. You like, you know what, this is where I'm at, and we bringing it down. When did you learn to start cooking? Because
who told you I know how to cook? Okay, I can make an omelet.
There you go.
I can. I learned to cook very young, watching my mother, because she was all about kitchen.
Yeah.
So her love, her way to express her love was making a meal, a cooked meal from scratch. It would take hours.
Yeah.
Like she was a chef, you know?
Wow.
And she said, well, this was made with love, so you better eat it.
Yeah.
You better don't leave anything, you know?
Very detailed.
It was like that Eastern European mentality. Through kitchen, that was like a tradition. This is how she expressed her her love from making bread from scratch and so on. And I'm not going to say I do that.
Right.
Nowadays, a lot of things have changed and, fast-paced life and this and that. But when I cook, I don't like cooking as an obligation. And everybody knows that. Yeah. And my husband, he's like a runner and he's just not traditional in that sense. He's like Buffalo, New York, Americano, he's fine with like something very simple.
Yeah.
But when I decide to cook, it's an art. It's a form of art, and I enjoy it, and I put a music on, and it's like, you got to remember this meal because it's not gonna come soon again. So I'm shocking.
We're spending some hours.
Yeah. That's about it. See you in 6 months. No, my husband. So this is the thing.
Yeah.
I cook for my kid. She's a picky eater.
Okay.
And I try to make it very simple, effective, and healthy. Okay. So she has, healthy habits. Yes. For me, once in a while, I like to cook that traditional meal. Yeah. Just to, remember. Yeah. My husband, he's a vivid runner. Okay. So he likes his smoothies and salads. And I'm like, I can't. Yeah. You do your own thing. I do my own thing.
Right. He makes it easy. Yeah. So if you was to say of a traditional meal that your mom used to make that you would look forward to, how long did it take your mom to prepare that meal? And what meal was that?
But I got to tell you, that's like everyday occasion. Yeah.
Really?
She starts early in the morning. Okay. So she prepares the soup, a bone broth every day. Okay. Then goes the salad, then a main dish with like meat and potatoes or like fish and potatoes. Yeah. I don't know. I used to eat so many potatoes. I don't know why. I think that's why my hair is so amazing.
Potatoes are good for you.
I don't know, but it was always a soup and a salad before a main dish. Wow. It was like a whole thing to it. Wow. And then you even get a dessert if you want to, if you have any room in it. Oh, wow. But you got to eat the main dish.
You got to eat the main dish.
She was really good with these bone broths, like bean soups or chicken or like cabbage, like stews and stuff like that. Moussaka. Ooh, it's more like a Greek, but it's,
Yeah. Wow.
Montenegro had such an influence from these different cultures.
Right.
Like, German and Italian and Greek and Turkish and...
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, you got into a space that I know a lot of females crave, even to this day. Female crave, want to get into the modeling. Who would you say was that one female back in the early years that you look at and you said, you know what, she's doing good, and if I step in that stage, I wanna roll like her?
You know what? I liked... back in the day, it was like a big thing, Victoria's Secret.
Yeah.
It was old school.
Yeah.
Amazing models such as Adriana Lima, Giselle Bundchen, and so on.
Okay.
But again, it was more of an experience for me.
Right, yeah.
Rather than this is going to be it. Mm-hmm. It was like a part of my journey.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of like different lives that I lived, and I kind of like that. Okay. It wasn't like a one thing.
I like that. You're diverse when it comes to the experiences.
Yeah, I think it's also important to like pivot in life.
I love that. What was the band that stood out for you?
A band?
Yes.
Why a band? No, it's very hard for me because when it comes to movies and music, I feel like I have such a diverse taste. Okay. From like, you can go way back to like Frank Sinatra to nowadays. Okay. To The Weeknd. Which is or like so many diverse artists. Yes. Like Miley Cyrus. Yeah. I like her. Yeah. I like her energy. She's just like a rock star.
Yeah.
Wow. I listen to classical music, spiritual music, pop. Like there's not like one
that you stick to.
No. I whatever has quality, I'm like, okay, this makes sense. Yeah. A melody, lyrics and so on. I'm not like stuck to just one genre.
Right.
Even with movies. Drama, comedy. I watched every movie underneath the sun.
Yeah.
I feel like. Even like European movies.
Yes. That's beautiful.
So,
If
Celine Dion, like, come on.
Oh, yes, Celine Dion. She's nice. She's nice.
She's not just nice. She's outstanding.
She is outstanding. This is true.
Yeah. I mean, the other day I went and I listened to the opera. So that's how extreme my taste goes. And today on my way here, I was listening to Waterfall of Wisdom, which is like a spiritual music.
Yeah.
Sometimes if I'm in a mood, I tune into high frequency, like over 400 hertz music, because that's a healing sound.
Yeah. You do the hard rock stuff sometimes.
Yeah, or like rock and roll sometimes if I'm in a mood, or Eye of the Tiger like this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of follow my mood, and I like to diversify and listen and see what kind of clicks for me. And for me, what matters the most when it comes to art in general is that I see quality. It's not like a trending thing. It's not like a trending song. It's not a trending, I don't chase that.
Okay. So, because I know my listeners are curious now. Mm-hmm. When you go shopping.
Bob Marley. Bob Marley, baby, all day long.
Yeah?
Yeah, I tune into his radio station every... Yeah. I'm just going to do Bob Marley today.
That's beautiful. It's Irie music.
Yeah.
I love me some Bob Marley every now and then as well. Yeah. I love that.
How about you?
I'm diverse as well. Sometime I'm in so there was way back, I had this car it was a fancy car. And I remember...
Only fancy cars, right?
No, I might have driven a few simple cars in my time. Yes, I did. I used to have a Grand Prix, an old one.
Okay.
It was when I was coming back. There was a whole story behind that. But I bought this. I remember when I got this big check from my book, and my boys were excited because they were like, yes, Dad's going to get, because I had a Beamer and the Beamer had crashed, and, but I went and bought this car for $800.
Oh, wow.
It was a Grand Prix. I think it was like a 92 or whatever. We called it Pearl. It was hilarious. My boys are crying.
How old are they now?
So at the time they were probably, so now they're 18 and 16. But at the time, I think they were like 8 and 6. But they were crying. I remember my son. He was like, "Dad, you got so much money. Why you got this car?"
So you like expensive toys, right?
Every now and then. Every now and then.
That's your thing. You like cars.
Yes,
yeah?
But every now and then I gotta show them like it's okay to like not go crazy, because you want to make sure that the home is good, and you gotta have emergency money for them because I have 4 boys.
Yes.
So I gotta. I never think about just myself, it's...
And you also give back.
I do. Oh, my goodness, it's crazy.
I think that's the most important thing.
It is,
yeah.
it is
like
crazy.
That.
A lot of people see what's going on and they say, how do you do it? And I'm like, it's God, God really jumped in.
And certainty.
And faith, yeah. And, I've seen a lot of things, so I know. But going back into the curiosity now. So, because, guys we talk about women, right? Mm-hmm. One of the things we say is when women go shopping, it's over with. Like, if they take forever, they don't know what they want. Would you agree with that?
Well, I'm not your stereotypical woman, so I'm just not. I get ready in like 5 minutes, and then I usually wait for my husband for another hour.
Wow.
It's like opposite. Yeah, and I just don't know. I like to shop, and it's like a therapy.
Yeah.
I'm very creative, and, it's a part of being creative and your expression, fashion. But I really don't like, and I never did, even in modeling, when people identify with fashion, when people identify with the things they wear.
Right. Yeah.
Or they have.
Yes.
Because that's not my value. I can wear a garbage bag on me. I'm going to still walk in like there's thousands of dollars on me.
Right, yeah.
So it's just how you carry yourself. And sometimes, I met some of the most successful people in this world that just wear like the same pair of jeans every day. You would never understand that these are some of the wealthiest people in the world.
Yes.
I do like a great piece of fashion, of course, but I'm not going to it's not like my priority. I'm not going to go and I gotta have this. I'm like, no, if I really feel it. And again, I don't chase trends when it comes to fashion either. I don't. It's
That's
like,
awesome.
I like a classical approach to it. I know what I like.
Yes.
I know what I want, and that's it. It fits me. I'm not going to wear something just because everybody says it's trendy now.
Right.
And maybe it doesn't fit my body or it doesn't fit my personality. Yeah. Like, why?
Right.
Why? So I can be and fall in line with everybody else?
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is so cool. That is so cool. And it's okay, people. Because I get people always say, you get these talks, where like, oh, you think you're better than us, and you do things different, and because for me, I've always been that.
I think it's important that we're all different.
Right.
Everybody is obsessing lately to be relatable.
Right.
You got to be relatable. No. You got to be this. No, you be you.
Yeah.
You be you.
Yes.
And you show others how to be them.
Yes.
It's beautiful to be different. It's beautiful to want things differently, to do things differently. I always talk about black sheep.
Right.
I always talk about my beautiful black sheep.
Yes.
Because beautiful black sheeps are usually the ones that show the world how it's done differently.
Oh, definitely.
And that you don't need to follow masses.
Right, right.
And usually throughout the history, if you look back in the history, black sheep, people who thought differently were revolutionary.
Yes.
Were making difference in this world. Not those who were like, oh, we're just going to all like stick together, do the same thing. Yeah. You got to shake it up. You got to everything that I ever say doesn't come from an arrogant place ever. It comes from my heart.
Beautiful.
Because I do know that nobody is above and nobody is below.
Right.
I'm going to talk the same to a person that has nothing and the person that seemingly has everything.
So amazing. And I just told a group of people this the other day, I said, when the universe is trying to speak to you, the universe can speak to you through someone that's homeless on the street.
Yeah.
But depends on where your mindset is, you might not listen to that homeless person on the street because you're like, you're homeless. What can you offer me? And so, but I always tell people it's very important when people interact with you, listen, be attentive because you never know.
Never assume. You never know.
Yeah,
you never know. But it's especially coming from different places where you don't have the same opportunity that you might have here.
Right.
Kind of grew up in an environment back in the day, there was a lot of different things and there's a lot of impact that went through my country and that whole area of Balkans and so on. Not necessarily all the time positive, but that's what built a lot of resilient people, a lot of successful people.
Yes.
I've noticed, and I didn't like it. Back in the day, we were like, no, that's not possible. Yeah. No. I grew up with like people telling me, no, we can't do that. No.
Right.
And I'll be like, why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Why do you just affirm that and say, okay, it can't be done? Right. No, you can't go to New York. It's so far away. No, it's like, no, you can't do this. You can. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Right.
That's why I'm so big on a mindset, on rewiring your brain, on like setting up yourself up for success because everything starts and ends here.
Right.
If you believe you won't do it, you won't do it.
Yeah.
But if you believe you do, you're going to figure it out.
Right.
It might not be the first time, might not be the second time. Yes. I always talk about, there's this great book called The Third Door. So maybe your door is not the first door that will open for you. Right. Maybe it's not even a second door. Right. Maybe your door is a back door.
Yeah.
But you got to figure it out. You got to be, if you really want it, if you really feel it, that this is for me.
Yes.
It is there.
Oh,
it wants you equally.
Yeah,
you just gotta go for it. But what I was telling you about the no thing, or like, you gotta think like some people don't have this, be grateful. I'm very grateful.
Right.
But my mindset was always different. Like when people tell me that, oh, be grateful with what you have. I'm very grateful with what I have.
Right.
Grateful every day.
Yeah.
But it's okay to want more.
Right.
It's okay to want more. Like, why would I think about person that doesn't have anything and say, okay, then I shouldn't? Instead of looking at the person that has like 4 houses and this and that, I'm just giving you like metaphorical example and say, I'm going to strive for this.
Right.
Because how I think is when I have my abundance, I get to share this abundance with others.
Yes.
I get to multiply this abundance for others. So why not have that mindset versus scarcity mindset?
Right.
Because scarcity and fear is what keeps us in that reality of like, no, it's not possible.
That is true. That is very true.
I don't know. I mean,
wow. It's just amazing words, you know. And so, you know, I want you to give some of these, you know, a specific set of ladies that watches the show, their opinion is a little bit different. And I said, you know, well, sometime, you know, you hear it from someone else's perspective, maybe it'll hit a little different. But people, they misunderstand love. And they, like someone gets crazy for an individual, and that individual say, you know what, whatever we had going on is not working no more. But I still love you to go do what you need to do to make you be good. But they're like, no, I love you, so you can't go. Can you explain to them and tell them that is not love?
Yes, actually. I've been through a lot of different experiences in my love life.
Yes.
Some good, some bad.
Right.
On that journey, some people have hurt me.
Yes.
But because they didn't know better. They didn't know how to hold me, my energy, my heart.
Right.
But I also hurt some people as well because I didn't know better.
Right.
Because I was protecting myself or acting out of a completely different mindset.
Right.
So I always say I own my mistakes, my lessons. There's no mistakes.
Right.
But I also never gave in. Like I always knew. I knew because I was very in tune my whole life with my intuition, with that, you know, GPS within me telling me, oh, this is not the person you want to stay with, or this is not the town you want to live in.
Right.
And I was sort of faithful to that.
Okay.
And it was proven to be true. Yes. A lot of us, especially women are so conditioned throughout history to please, to say yes, even though when they don't want to, you know, to make sure everybody's accommodated. Yeah. And that's not the case anymore. Right. Women are stepping into their own power, into their own being, into their own heart. What is good for me? Right. Are you good enough for me? Yeah. It is very important. This is how I'm raising my daughter. Right. When you walk into a room, it's not about how they think and what they say. You know, if they're going to like me, I don't want you to enter the room ever thinking if they're going to like you. I want you to enter the room and say, let me see if I'm going to like them. And when it comes to relationships, it is very important. It is very important to know what you want in this life because you're going to be spending maybe a lifetime with this person. Right. You're going to be having children maybe with this person. So you better be sure in that feeling of yours. Yeah. But again, a lot of people act out of their traumas, and I did in the past. So when you act out of your trauma, when you act out of your fear, when you act out of your insecurity or feeling that you're not enough, which goes way deeper, and that you got to work on your healing, that you're not worthy, you will reflect that, and you're going to constantly attract the same partner. Right. I hear people and I hear women tell me all the time, I don't know what's going on, but I keep dating the same guy, or like I keep attracting the same person over and over again. Why is this happening to me? And I said, honey, it will still happen to you. And she said, what do you mean? Until you heal within, until you know that you're worthy and you're deserving of better, until you say enough is enough. And when you change that, when you walk in and you say, I love myself. I love myself with all of my imperfections. I love myself with all of my wounds and my scars and my mistakes. I love myself. And I forgive myself for all the things that I may done when I was only and simply surviving. My past does not define me. And when you walk in and say, I'm enough. I really love you. I love myself. Then you will see how people who resonate on that frequency start approaching you. You don't need to chase. No. You just sit back and you're going to be attracting partners in your life who reflect that. She's worthy. She's deserving. Because if you don't do that, you will keep attract partners in your life who will come in to reaffirm that you're not deserving of respect, that you're not deserving of love. So the change needs to start with you. Not how it was done, your mothers, grandmothers. You got to break the chain.
Amazing. That is beautiful right there. Wow.
And don't close your heart. Do not close your heart, because I've been there. I at one point in my life, I closed my heart. I was like a rock. And I thought, I'm invincible because of this. I just don't care. But deep down, I did care.
You did care,
don't close your heart because of the hard lessons and people who may have hurt you in the past.
Yes. Wow.
Because you're closing then your heart to all the other magic, to all the other amazing people in this world. There's like billions and billions of people on this earth.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. This is so cool. For people that, would be curious on where to find you, where would you advise them to find you?
Well, I just started a page for mindset, and we discussed relationships, authenticity, self-worth. I started a new page called Alchemy of Your Voice altogether. And just my lifestyle and day-to-day life, it's on the other page. Anita's lower dash frequency. But I recommend you go to the Alchemy of Your Voice because this is where I speak my truth. And I talk from experience.
Beautiful. I love that right there. And soon there will be a website.
Soon there will be a website, and actually podcast is in the making. So you and I will continue conversation.
Yes. This is amazing. So there you guys have it. Another wonderful guest, Miss Anita Cornell.
Krell. I know, it took me a while. It's my husband's life.
But this was beautiful. It was lovely. I take a lot for myself as well. I've always do that, You got to open to learn something every single day.
I liked your energy the first time and even more so now. And I really enjoyed this conversation with you.
This is amazing. So until our next episode where we have another decorative guest right here in EOS Club, I'm your host, Cornell Bunting. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in and downloading this episode of Stories to Create. We appreciate you being part of this growing community of storytellers and listeners. If today's conversation inspired you, please share the show with friends, family, or anyone who could use a little motivation in their journey. A special thank you to our sponsors, EHAS Organization, Cornell Bunting LLC, and Nostril Cheese Chase for supporting the mission and making this podcast possible. To learn more about our work, upcoming projects, and how you can get involved, be sure to visit www.hissincord and www.cornellbunting.com. Until next time, keep creating, keep growing, and remember, your story has power.